Not happy. One in the back.
These are
They got it right there. Boom. Cow. They're next level and you're shifting all their knives around. Not quick. Luckily this trailer is the perfect length, so it's easy to reverse. The race against time continued. We were treating hives for Varroa and load balancing, and at night me and Dad were shifting bees onto staging sites ready to be taken to almonds. Ew, it's hot. Guess we're putting the window down. It's hot. As we got closer to our almond convoy, we began to wonder how were we going to get 2,000 hives to the orchards with only 3 truck drivers and 2 trucks. Have an alarm on the dash. Don't know what it means, but I think we'll be alright. Okay, maybe 2.5 truck drivers. Either way, we were going to have to start putting 2-stroke fuel into our morning coffees, because this was next to impossible with our pending deadline. I'm me trying to suit up in the truck right now. I've been warned these bees are cranky. Gonna be some late nights though. We've all worked all day. Me and Dad will be shuffling bees till late tonight. I'm gonna be in deficit of sleep. That seems to be the name of the game with beekeeping. I don't think you've ever get enough sleep. Anyway, it was time to face the jury of bees waiting just outside my door. Every day we worked bees on canola, we were getting hundreds of stings. This isn't a trivial number. Dad's getting smashed over there. Going for the loader right now. One in the back. Dad, that's why I was thinking we shouldn't have done this one first. They're next level and you're shifting all their knives around.
next level. You've spoken before.
We needed smoke. Lots of smoke. It does look cool. This prep work was painful but imperative for our big haul to almonds. I'm kind of jealous. Look how nice it is out here. Got canola, yellow fields everywhere. We can only shift bees at night from sundown to sunup. We had about 14 hours to work with, a couple hours to load 360 hives onto the truck, 7 hours to transit, and then unloading at 3 different locations on the orchards, leaving 1 to 2 hours of leeway before daybreak if everything went to plan. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, there are now 0 days until pollination. So yes, we failed to meet the deadline. But luckily for us, almonds were unseasonably late. In fact, there wasn't a single bud that had cracked a flower yet. The almond growers had granted us 1 more week to get our bees onto the orchards. With the 2 trucks, it was going to take 6 days to shift them to the orchards, meaning we had 1 day left to work the bees. Who's excited?
I am. I'm Marcus. I'm a 2nd-generation beekeeper from Estonia. I'm basically a team carry.
It was our last and final day to work the bees. We were getting treatments in for Varroa, and I had a feeling it was going to be a good day.
These are here. I'll
be the first to admit I can eat my words. We actually put our hives down differently. We don't do lines, none of that business. This apiary, however, had been put down in a line. When apiaries are put down in lines, the bees coming back from forage tend to drift towards either end of the apiary, leaving the hives in the middle significantly weaker and lower in population.
Down there with all the bees.
While we were remedying the situation, I decided this was perfect time to get some content on our barbecue hives. Yes,
Let me do it. So,
oops, it pays to click play.
You make me blushing.
Say hello on the mic, Marcus.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Take 2. This time, I'll actually click play.
so what we're doing here, we're just doing an audit and check on all our hives before we move them to almonds. And we're going to grade them because we know they're going to be audited on the almonds. So we can see this is a nice full box of bees. Quick look underneath, because this is how the auditors work. They're going to count how many frames they see bees on. And I can see there's bees on every frame. So there's 9 frames of bees there. Come down here and we'll check this one. There's about 4 or 5 frames there. So these bees have come up really nice. And so what we're aiming for is a minimum of 10 frames of bees, and we've got about 15 here. It's almost going to be too strong. So by the time we get on almonds, and you can see it's carrying a lot of brood, what I'm going to do is actually take 2 frames of bees and brood. I'm going to give this to another hive up in the middle there where we've had a little bit of drift. These were unfortunately put down in a very straight line, so got a little bit of drift happening. That'll give us a nice even load of apiary of bees for the almonds.
Dad took to the microphone like a trooper.
Put in the split. There's a couple of frames here to go in one of the splits. What my hive IQ's upside down. Can't have that. What I'm going to be doing is logging this all in our software. Strong believer in good record keeping. This is the Hive IQ hive tool. So there's a few features about it. The little step here is really important because on our hives we have an interlocking design. You come in like this, push it in, and you can crack the box. We did a lot of work on working out the tempering of the steel. So it's a 2.5mm thick. I like a light but strong hive tool. We've got a chamfered edge machined. It's polished. Get a little smoke. Come in here. I'm actually left-handed. Lift J-hook hive tool. One of the problems is it's quite a thick hook, and the shape of it, when you put it in between the frames and start to lift, it actually pushes the frame into the next one. But this hive tool, when you lift, see that action there?
And he rallied onward.
Right, so I've been keeping bees for about 40 years. You should never lose your hive tool. You should always have it on your person at all times. Never should leave your hand. And your smoker shouldn't really sit it down like this. It goes between your legs. Do your work, you go over to the next hive between your legs, smoke. It's like going to war and having your gun and leaving it over there, right? It's a really important weapon to protect yourself from cranky bees. Of course, our bees are beautiful. I only have to wear one glove. And it's got a hole in it. They are a bit grumpy.
Shortly after this, I confiscated the microphone. It was time to get back to work. After a bite to eat, I was on the grill today. I had to feed these growing boys and Marcus, who is known to eat a dozen eggs in one sitting. I'm cooking today. Hey, you want some chicken? You want some chicken? It's your first one. Okay. That one's Marcus's, of course. This one's mine.
I'm not sure.
It was time to introduce you to our newest team member, who we found at the pub. We gave him a bee suit and a hive tool and put him to work.
G'day, I'm Ashley Neal, better known as Scratchy. Been beekeeping on and off for 6 years, and I just love it. Love dangerous animals. Famous, I'm going to be on YouTube.
After that short intermission, we were back on a march. Until I got taught an unsolicited lesson on vanity. Bad news. I've just been stung on the nose. I get stung all the time, but I always make sure I protect my face, because if I get stung on the face, I swell up for like 3 weeks. I've actually got places to be, people to see in the next 3 weeks. We got it right there. Boom. Pow. Happened that quick. That bloody quick. And I just hope that it's not going to swell up this time. I might just cry because everything else is going wrong. So if I also look like a f***ing avatar, I actually will cry. Literally, sting me in the ankle, sting me in the wrist, but don't sting me in the face. This guy wants to go me, this bee. If I took my veil off, $10 I'd be stung. Bee, you want to go? Mark's just brought over a piece of rum, so this is dinner, but it's also going to be my little ice pack out here in the bush. All over Red Rover, all over Red Rover. Well, I think it was good to get that out of my system. Tell them what we've been up to the last couple of days.
Last week. More than a week, really. Maybe 10 days. We've been checking every hive because probably around 2 to 3 weeks before that we pulled all the wing sorters out, lifted up brood frames up into the second box, and that really stimulated breeding. So now we've just done a full run around all our hives, checked every brood box to make sure that the queen's laying. We had a bunch of splits, like this one, that we've used to repair any hives that don't have a queen right. So we fixed all those. We fixed the weak hives, so we've done load balancing. So what we've done is levelled out, all the hives so that they grade really well on the almonds, and the almond growers get a good result. They'll get great fertilisation of their trees with these bees.
Good day, Marcus.
Good day.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
And there we were. We were trucking bees to almonds tomorrow. We couldn't have been more proud of how far our bees had come and how much hard work our team had put in. We didn't know it yet, but Eric had been busy making phone calls, and there was something special waiting at camp for us. We're out, back to camp, back to the swag, and let's cook some dinner. Fellow beekeepers had come to our rescue. They knew we'd been up against all odds to get our bees to almonds, and we couldn't be more grateful that they'd come. Now we could finally see we were going to make it to almonds. We had more beekeeping left in us yet. We were going to make it. Except behind the cameras, one of our team had been getting very ill. It was time they had to go to hospital. The truth is, they should have been in hospital weeks ago. Something was seriously wrong. It's Bea here. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to see more.